Hi, welcome to Calculus 3, that's Math 2310, and I am your instructor, David Stroop, Mr. Stroop, and I want to go through the course setup. So the majority of the announcements and everything will be in Blackboard, so you should be stopping into Blackboard almost every day, checking your email for announcements. So anything I post new in Blackboard will automatically get emailed to you, but you should still go into your announcements if you have any business type questions, or what time the test will be and that sort of thing, or the format of the test and that sort of stuff. Every week I will put out to-do lists, and you just basically go through and check them all off. You don't have to do them in any order, but these are the things you need to be doing during the week. So the first thing you want to do for this week is get your materials. In particular, the WebAssign access is probably the most important thing. So you just go to, I put the link there for WebAssign, and you'll want to, I guess you could probably click sign in, and it's going to force you to, oh, it's already signed in because I got my passwords and stuff. But if you go over here, you have a class key, so you click that, and then you'll type in your class key and then enroll. You should have free content for a little while, but eventually you're going to have to pay for the subscription. Okay, so anyways, let me go back to the announcements. Yeah, so you want to get your WebAssign set up. So again, you need to enroll in my class first, and you use this Cuyahoga 069797699784 thing. But you're also going to need to buy the access. So in the beginning, you get like maybe 1 week free, but you're going to have to purchase access. It's like $130. In the information tab, I put it like a WebAssign setup guide if you need it. So you just can click on that, and it'll take you step by step to get your WebAssign set up. You want to do that the first day. This is something you need. That's where the majority of your work is going to be, so you need to get that done on day one. Okay, so anyways, you're getting the WebAssign. The WebAssign comes with an electronic version of the book, so you'll be able to get to the book via WebAssign. So you need not necessarily buy the hard copy of the textbook. So I put that in the first bullet point there, that the hard copy is optional. You don't necessarily need to buy that. Okay. I have, if you do buy it, I recommend buying like an older version if you're just buying it to read the material and you want kind of a mobile version. I don't think WebAssign, I don't know if WebAssign is on your mobile phone yet, but you might be able to get the textbook on the mobile phone. But like I said, anyways, you can get the e-text, and you don't need to get the hard copy. The hard copy is so expensive. Okay, so WebAssign is the most important thing, and then you're going to need a calculator of some sort. Only TI-84 plus CEs or below are permitted, so you can't have any calculator that will do integration for you. So if it says CAS on it, there's no way. I can't let you use that. If you have any questions, just see me during my office hours and show me the calculator, or send me the title of the calculator via email, and I'll say whether you can use it or not on the test. So for our test, you're going to need a webcam and a microphone. And you need a webcam such that I can actually see you, okay? Because the tests, I'm going to be doing them, I will proctor them in WebEx. They won't be proctored via ProctorU. Okay, so you need a webcam that's good enough so I can see it. And not only that, it needs to be a webcam that you can position in order for me to see you while you're taking your tests. So to get into WebEx, I have a link down here. I'll just go into WebEx and show you my webcam really quick. Let me open webcam. Start the video. Oops, start meeting. So when you come see me in my office, this will be my office basically. It's just WebEx, and there I am. Hi. So when you're taking the test, I need to see your work area. I need to see your head, your torso, so I know you're not having your cell phone out, like right here or something. And some people will kind of put their cell phone right there and then kind of be like this. And so I need to be able to see your work area. And if you need to, you're going to have to prop your webcam up. I think the farther away your webcam is, the better off you're going to be. So see how I kind of pushed it away? You need to position your webcam so I can get a good picture of what you're doing while you're taking the test. I've just had, since the pandemic, I've had so many issues with students cheating. This is the best way I can do it without having to go to ProctorU. And of course, if I did ProctorU, you'd be taking it all kind of like a web test and stuff. So I like to do tests where you write out the answer. I can see your work. I can give you partial credit and that sort of thing. Okay? And I like to write my own tests as well. Okay, so you need to have your webcam set up like mine is here. And if it's not like that, you will not take the test. I just won't let you take it. You'll have to go into, I will make you take a different test is basically what will happen. Okay, so you'll take it on a different day, a different test. If you're worried about the background, so if your house, you don't want people seeing it, you don't want people seeing the posters on your wall or whatever, I'd recommend going to the library at Tri-C and kind of getting a webcam there and doing your setup there. But you want to do that prior, so get your setup prior to the actual day of the test. And I'm recommending that people come in to my office hours and show me your setup. All right, so I know that you're going to be able to take the test and I don't have to worry about saying, no, your setup is incorrect. You have to come back on another day and take a different test. Okay, so hopefully that's clear. I'll talk more about that here in a second. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so back to kind of the announcements. So yeah, so you need a webcam, something that you can position and set up so I can see your body and your work area. You need the ability then to scan, print, and upload documents. So for a test, you can always write the test out on a piece of paper. It's better if you have a printer of some sort, though. And you need a way to upload documents. So usually now people have apps on their phone where they can kind of scan their papers, and so that's not too big of an issue anymore. Okay, so once you get all that material, you're going to want to go watch my videos. The first video to watch is this video that you're watching right now. It's my introduction video. But the other videos are all in YouTube, so you just click on my playlist. I give you the link there in Blackboard, and then you can start chugging through all these videos. The videos were made probably a year and a half ago. There's more material in the video than you're actually going to see in your homework. So the videos are more comprehensive, and I think that's good. Okay, so there's going to be more there than what you'll see in your homework. Okay, in each video, I've embedded a quiz question. Okay, so sometimes I will verbally announce the quiz question and kind of put a circle around it and say, here's your video quiz. Other times, I'll just sort of say, this is the video quiz. Every once in a while, I forgot to announce it, and if you look down in the comments, I tell you where the video question is. And it's not really a quiz, it's just a question that you need to copy down to prove that you watched the video. All right, so so you watch the video, there's going to be this hidden question in the video. All you got to do is copy it down and then put it on a piece of paper and then upload it to your computer and send it to my email. Okay, so again, you're watching these videos in YouTube. Each video has a question in it, and then you're just going to upload them to a piece of paper. You write out the question the same way it is in the video, and you email them all to me. So the first set of questions, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, are all due on Friday, 6/16 at 1 o'clock. Our tests are all going to be on Fridays at 1 o'clock, so I just want to get you in the habit of kind of checking in at Friday at 1 o'clock. Yeah, so with respect to that, if you cannot make it on Friday at 1 o'clock, I can usually make arrangements. I would rather not, but I can for emergencies. you can come in during my office hours to take the test during the week in WebEx. Okay, so anyways, after you watch the videos, you're going to do the video questions, write them out, send them to my email. Those are all due by Friday. Then you're going to go into WebAssign, and that's where the majority of your homework is. Okay, each topic in WebAssign, so for example, 11.1, there are probably about 10 questions, and in total, each section is worth 4 points. Okay, so I think there's about 33 sections. So you do the math, 4 times 33, 132 points possible. And I usually make all the sets that pertain to a particular test. They're all due on the day of the test. Okay, so 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12.1, 12.2, 12.3 will all be due on the day of the first test, which is next week on Friday. Okay. All right, so you'll do the homework in WebAssign, and then the last kind of homework part are these projects, which I kind of use as pre-tests. Okay, so the project is basically just a pre-test, and we can take a look here real quick. Basically, the projects are based off of the WebAssign problems, and the level of difficulty will be similar to the level of difficulty on the test. Every once in a while, I'll include some extra questions that aren't in the WebAssign, but maybe in the videos, like question 2, I believe I do it in the video, but I don't put it in WebAssign. But for the most part, if you can handle what's on this project, you're going to be good for the test. Okay, so anything that you would need memorized so for example, on this project, you need to know the translation equations for going from rectangular to cylindrical coordinates. You would need to have that memorized to do this project. So you're going to need to have that memorized to do the test. I mean, on the project, you can always look it up. But if you're looking it up, don't expect to look it up on the test. Okay. So again, the project is basically like a pre-test. The actual test itself will be based on only WebAssign questions. So I don't really take anything beyond WebAssign. So if you don't see it in WebAssign, it won't be on the test. And on top of that, my projects are very similar to the test, not exactly the same, but if you can handle the difficulty of the project, you're going to be fine on the test. Okay. Okay, so the test, again, they're mainly based off the WebAssign problems with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions here and there. But again, if you can handle these problems, you'll be good for the test. On the test, I do allow a formula sheet, but I provide the formula sheet. You're not allowed to add anything extra to it. So you can see for test 1, you have the projection formula, you have some physics formula for work, and then we have the projectile motion formula, the last equation there. Okay, so some things I don't really expect you to have memorized. If you can memorize it, great, but I will give you a couple formulas, and these will be the only formulas you can use on the test. You can't add anything to this piece of paper. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the announcements. All right, so you are going to watch my videos. There's a question in each video. You write them out. You send them to my email. Then you're doing all your WebAssign homework, and then you should be working on this project as you go through your homework. Okay, so the project questions are in order of the homework, and that's the same for the test. I don't scramble stuff. I just put everything in order. The project and the WebAssign stuff, they're all going to be due on the day of the test. Okay, so you get it in by Friday, 6/23 at 1 o'clock. I want to see you hopefully this week. Stop by my office hours so you can introduce yourself to me, and I can check out your webcam setup to make sure it's going to be good for the test, and you don't have to worry about me saying, oh, you can't take the test. And then my office hours, you can always come in WebEx. So I'm on campus, but I also have my computer with me, so I'll be logged in the WebEx on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and only virtual on Monday and Wednesday. And it's the same time every day, 4 to 6. Okay, no, I don't have office hours on Friday. That's when I set up the testing time at 1 o'clock. All right, and there's the link for WebEx if you need to get that information. Okay, so again, As far as your workload goes, you're mainly watching YouTube videos, you're finding the questions in the YouTube videos, you're sending them to my email, you're doing homework and WebAssign. Each section is worth 4 points. And then you're trying to complete this project to basically prepare yourself for the first test. And then the first test will be next Friday at 1 o'clock in WebEx. Okay? And that's really how it goes. Let's get a bit more detail now. And for more detail, what you're going to do is go to the Information tab in Blackboard. So you notice below there's a Projects tab in Blackboard. That's where the project and the formula sheet for Test 1 are. The announcements, those are the announcements, the to-do lists that I'll be putting out every week to remind you to keep working forward, keep working, don't give up, you can do it. It's really hard because we go really fast in the summer. The Information tab then is the tab where I list kind of syllabus details, and the syllabus is listed down below. It's attached as a document. Okay, I also have an Excel sheet if you want to keep track of your grade as you go through the semester. You could just deposit your scores, and it auto-generates your percentage. Anyways, the first tab is my email and office. I'm on the Western campus, so just be sure that you don't accidentally go to the West Shore or something like that. If you need to see me in person, Tuesday, Thursday, 4 to 6. But again, I'm also in WebEx when I'm in my office, so you have either option available to you. But basically, Monday through Thursdays, 4 to 6. Again, the required materials, mainly you need to get that WebAssign access. That's where the majority of your homework is, okay? The webcam and microphone, of course, you need that for the tests. And then you need some sort of ability to scan and print and upload documents, okay? As far as grading goes, because it's an online class, you should be using methods that are taught in class and taught in the book. I know AI methods are getting so advanced now I can't tell the difference, but on the tests especially and on the projects, if your work looks like somebody from MIT did it, I'm going to be a little bit skeptical as to whether or not you did it. And if you're just putting answers, oh no, there's no way. You need to show work. And again, the work needs to look like basically what I do in my videos, okay, or what's happening in the book. If you're using some other method, and maybe you learned it at your high school or something, you need to tell me about it. Otherwise, I'm just going to presume that you went on the web and you leached it there and you're copying off the web, and I'll mark it as a 0. Okay, so if that's the case, if you learned a different method, you're going to have to come talk to me and tell me. Otherwise, just because of the format of the class, because it's online like this, I really need to hold you to that let's do it my way or the highway kind of attitude. Okay, all right, so hopefully that won't be an issue. WebAssign homework, again, that's the majority of your homework. If you do not do any of your homework, that's 132 points. So even if you're passing the tests, if you don't do your homework, you're going to be out a good chunk of your grade. You will probably fail. Okay, so just be aware. The video questions, that's just making sure. I'm just making sure you're watching the videos. So in each video, there's a question you'll write out and then send it to me, so I have proof that you watched the video. Again, sometimes I forget to announce the video. In those cases, I write the video quiz and where it is in the comment, and then you could just go to it and copy it out. There are also comments from past semesters of students, your colleagues who have noted mistakes, so you could look into that if you need to down in the comment section here on YouTube. Okay. Anyways, then you have the projects, which I use as pre-tests essentially, and the projects, each one is worth 25 points, and they are due the day of the test at 1 o'clock on those Fridays. The written tests are all on WebEx, proctored by me. I'll talk about the testing procedure here in a second. Again, you need to have your webcam set up so I can see your head, torso, arms, and work area. And it can't be like a video camera from below. Okay, so I had some people put their camera on the ground, and then I can't see their work area. And then I could tell they were using a cell phone or something. So you don't pull that trick on me. If somebody went online and say, hey, all you got to do is this, no. every semester I have to change things because everybody wants to try to weasel their way through the class without doing any work. No. Okay, so the webcam, I'm really strict about that. It needs to be set up so I can see everything and there's no funny business. Okay. Okay. So the written tests are all worth 100 points, and you can see which sections are on each test. So the first test will cover 11.1 to 11.7, and then 12.1 to 12.3. And you see that in my class schedule below. Okay? And then I've written test 1 is due Friday, 6/23. That's when your project's due. That's when WebAssign is due. Okay. What else then? So the written test, there's only 3 in-class tests, and then the 4th class test I will make take-home just because of our time constraints. So on that final Friday, we'll actually be taking the final exam. Okay. Makeups, so as far as that kind of stuff goes, you really can't miss more than one, and you have to have an excuse, and you have to notify me within 24 hours. So it's just like a job. If you're habitually missing tests, you need to withdraw from the class. Easy as that. I do drop a test, and I do give extra credit. In order to be eligible for that, though, you need to actually put forth some effort in the class. So every once in a while, I get a student that will literally cheat on one of the tests, get a 0, and then expects to have me drop that test. If you cheated, expect that thing to stick around, all right? Once you cheat, you are not allowed to do any of the drop tests, any of the extra credit stuff. You're on your own, okay? If you cheated, that's your problem. Now you have to face the consequences. So cheating automatically causes you to forfeit any of this drop test or extra credit business. On top of that, you need to have found all your video questions. So if you're not watching any of your videos and you figure, oh, I just do some extra credit and that'll, no. Okay, those videos, that's a lot of work. That's basically you coming into class and attending lectures. Okay, you should be watching the videos, taking notes, and using those notes in order to answer questions. Okay, so you also need to get over 30% on all the tests. I refuse to let you basically take 2-week vacation and then come back and fail a test and say, hey, that's the one I want to drop. Okay. Now, all of the tests are important. It all builds upon other information that you need later on. You cannot skip one of these tests. Okay. I also expect you to be doing all your homework in order to be eligible for any of this. So you can't just say, well, I'm not going to do any homework and just do extra credit. Instead, no, that will not work. Okay. This stuff is for people who give forth honest, an honest try for the class. If you're not trying and you're expecting to just kind of gamify the class and get your way through, no, don't expect me to help. You are on your own. Okay, I only want to help students that are really trying. Okay, late work and assignments, that's up to me. In the beginning of the semester, you can be a little late with the video questions as you get sort of figured out. But later on, after about 2 weeks, I expect everybody to be getting in everything on the due dates. Everything should be ironed out. You should be doing everything. And at that point, I'll start penalizing as I see fit. Okay, finally, the testing procedure. So for the testing procedure, you're going to log into WebEx. So I have the WebEx login, here, and I will post it in the announcements when that comes to pass. Let me log in the WebEx just to hopefully make it a little more clear as to how this is going to work. Okay. You log in the WebEx, you have to have your video camera on. Okay, so see how I can see my setup and everything. There's no potential for me to have like notes to the side or anything like that. You could see my head, you can see my arms. There's none of this funny business. Okay, that's if I can't see your arms, I don't know if you have a cell phone or not in your hand. So I need to be able to see your arms while you're taking the test. I will harass you if you start doing this. If you start doing this, those are big red flags for me. I'm just trying to do my job and keep everybody honest. But anyways, you're going to log into WebEx, and then when you're ready to begin, you're going to message me in chat. So I'm ready to start. Okay. And then I'm going to email you the test. Once you get the test, you're going to print it out or you're going to download it and then write it out on paper. I will give you 15 minutes to write it down on paper. But if you print it out, and of course when you get done writing it out, you message me in chat and say that you are ready to begin the test. So I guess the first message should be, I'm ready for you to send me the test. And then the second message, I'm ready to begin the test. So when you're ready to begin the test, I will go to student by student, and I need to check your papers, right? So you printed some stuff out. You're going to have the formula sheet. Basically, what you'll have to do is paper by paper, go to my webcam and show me front and back, so I know you didn't write any notes on there. Then at the end of seeing all your papers, and your desk should be clear, there's no book on there, there's no cell phone, no way do I see a cell phone. After you show me all your papers front and back, you're going to take your calculator and put up the webcam so I can read the type of calculator it is, okay? None of this funny business where you scratch off the number and put a different number there. I've been around the block, okay? Don't do it to me. Don't be that guy. All right. Once you've done all that, I will message you. I will tell you you can go ahead and begin taking the test. Okay. Once you finish taking the test, stop and message me. Say I am done or something like that. Okay. When you're done, I will then give you permission to start scanning. I will verbally say, okay, you may start your scanning process, or I will type it in there. You may begin scanning. What that means is that you can whip out your cell phone now and start taking pictures of your test, or you can go to your scanner. I will give you permission to go walk up to your scanner and scan all the papers. Okay. Then you upload all that material just like you do with your video questions, put it into a PDF via the Word document. So you can always do that with Microsoft Word. So here's Microsoft Word. Once you get your things uploaded into your computer, once you get your pictures uploaded into your computer, you can go here and copy and paste your answers into a Word document, and then you could turn around and save it as a PDF. So you go Save As, Browse, and then right here where it says Save As Type, you could go to PDF and then put in the label of what the thing is, save it wherever. I guess it was PC. I'll put it, I don't know where I want to put it, sorry. Where is, I usually end up going, I have a bunch of stuff on the, of course now I can't find anything. Oh, there we go, summer 2023, maths 2310, save. Okay, so it should be saved as a PDF. Then you'll go to your email and send me it via my email. Okay, you're not done. Do not run out of WebEx once you send it via my email to my email. You have to stick around. Okay, you got to stick around after you send it to my email, because I need to check that I got the whole test. All right, so some students will just send half the test and say, "Ooh, I forgot to take it," and they're sitting at home the whole time, writing out the rest of the test. No, I have to check to make sure the entire test is there, and once I see the entire test, I will give you permission to leave. Okay, so I will type, and you may leave, or I will, unmute myself and tell you you may leave, and then you are done. Okay, and I will send your test back to you via Blackboard, and everything should be hunky-dory. All right, so it's a bit, hard at first, but once you get the idea, you'll be good. Please note in the test again, you have to use methods that are consistent with what I've taught in the videos and what's used in the book. If you're using other methods, you have to tell me before the test. Prior to the test is not good enough. It has to be before the test. Okay? Okay. So finally, we get to the class schedule. You'll see we're basically taking a test every other week. So this is kind of a fast-paced class. Each week we are covering almost an entire chapter. And the test 1 is over chapter 11 and chapter 12. So, you know, the first week you're going through chapter 11, the second week, chapter 12, you're doing review, and then we'll take the test next week on Friday, 6/23 at 1 o'clock in WebEx. Okay? And then rinse, repeat, right? So after 2 weeks, you're going through all my 13.1 videos, finding all the video questions, sending them in email, doing your WebAssign homework, doing the next project, project 2, and all of that stuff, and then you'll have another test, and so on and so forth. Test 3 is take home, and then the final exam, or sorry, test 4 is take home, and then the final exam is on 8/4. Okay. Okay, so all of that is put into my syllabus down in the syllabus grading Excel WebAssign registration section. And I think that pretty much does it. If you have any questions, come see me during my office hours. I want you to come see me the first week and introduce yourself to me and let me see your WebEx setup. And anyways, the deal is, again, you have WebAssign homework. That's the majority of your homework. It's worth overall 136 points. Each section, though, is worth 4 points, and there is partial credit in the video in the WebAssign homework. So if you do half the assignment, you'll get 2 out of the 4 points. Okay. The video questions, those are basically just find the question in the video. As you're watching along, I'll announce a video question. If I don't announce it, I'll put it in the comments. Okay. And you could ask me one time where the video question is. Okay, any more than one, I will assume you're not watching those videos. Okay? So the video questions, you send those in, and I usually tell you when to send them in. Honestly, you can turn them all in the day of the test. So I'll probably change the due date for the video quizzes to just be the day of the test as well. The projects then are basically my pre-tests. So they're each worth 25 points. The projects, I have a whole tab for them in Blackboard. And there's also the formula sheets for the actual tests there. And then you have the tests. There's 4 tests. Test 4 is take home. And then the final exam is cumulative, and it's worth a little bit more. It's worth 150 points. Okay, that's the layout of the class. All right, so I wish everybody good luck this semester. Again, if you need any help, just stop in and see me during my office hours. I'd love to help you. Other than that, good luck and have a good semester.